Welcome to Optimal Living Starts Here. I am Versandra Kennebrew, your host, and we empower veterans and their families to live healthy, happy lives. And guess what? Today is a very extra special day, and we are here live in the Art of Yoga studio in Columbus, Georgia. We have a very special guest who will be sharing with you some things that you will use from today through the rest of your life if you've ever thought about yoga. And our special guest is Christopher, aka the Yoga Doctor. Yes, I can't wait to share with you what he has to give as a gift on this International Yoga Day. Welcome, Chris, and it's on you.
All right, welcome everyone. Thank you for tuning in. A little feedback. Again, my name is Christopher. I've been practicing yoga since 2006. I can say that the experience, to say the least, has been transformative. It's transformed me from the inside out. From the way I physically move, and carry myself, and hold my body, to the way that I think and the way that I receive things that happen in the world. The yoga practice, if you've never done yoga before, or if you have a conception of what yoga is, a lot of people think it's just stretching, sitting there chanting ohms or making weird noises. And I admit, when I first started, I was like, it's kind of weird. I don't know about that, But then I actually experienced it, and I said, oh, okay, I feel more calm, more at ease, more centered. I feel better inside of my body. And the more I learned about it, the less ignorant I became about it, that it's really just like almost like a science of how to take care of this human body, mind, spirit, life energy, whatever you want to call it, that's flowing through you. So with today's yoga practice, I'll introduce you to some fundamental elements that will ground you in either creating a yoga practice or just demystifying what yoga actually is, and how it can help serve you so that you can live more optimally and live a happier, healthier, more whole and complete life. So let's get started. We'll start out standing. If you have a yoga mat, it's ideal to use a yoga mat for a few reasons. One, it provides cushion from the floor, especially if you have knee issues. So you want to make sure that the thickness is appropriate for your body, depending on your needs, for your knees or joints. Two, it won't slip or slide on you like a carpet or like a blanket would, or a towel if you decide to use a towel, or even like a Pilates mat. Some mats are really cushy and thick, but they're not yoga mats. So it's ideal to have either a yoga mat, or if you just want to go out and do it in nature in the grass, you're not concerned about the animals biting you or the creatures biting your other insects, then I would say, hey, the grass is probably the next best thing. The grass doesn't really move, it grips a little bit, it feels good to feel that connection with the earth underneath your feet and hands if you're out in nature. Now, if you notice, I'm not wearing any shoes. Why? We perform the yoga practice barefoot because wearing shoes actually weakens your feet and causes a lot of foot disorders, especially if you have on the wrong type of shoes, depending on how your arch is. So if you're going to practice, it's ideal to practice barefoot, but if you have some restrictions or limitations that call for you to use your shoes, then it's perfectly fine. It's not a deal breaker. So starting out barefoot, both feet flat on the floor, it's come to notice how you're standing, what your natural stance is. And when you look down at your feet, you may notice that your feet may either be turned outwards, call this penguin-footed, or inwards, pigeon-toed. But just for today, depending on wherever you were, it's okay. But just for today, we're going to have the inner arches of our feet parallel to each other, just like two straight lines, like railroad tracks, seeking to establish an equal standing position. This is the foundation for all of our standing postures and how you stand and carry yourself throughout life, so that you can stand more effortlessly, more efficiently, with less pain in your feet. So sensing how you're standing here in this equal standing position, feet about hip distance apart, and gently shift the weight of your feet side to side, and feel the inner and the outer edges of the feet. Feel the little small, tiny, fine muscles that are always correcting themselves to help keep you balanced from tipping over. Then once you've done that a few times, come back and find what feels like your center. Feel like you have an even distribution of weight between the left foot and the right foot. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, sink and settle into that center space. Now, maybe just notice, does it feel like you're holding more of your weight in the front of your feet or the back, the balls of the feet or the heels of the feet? Just sense that. Then again, just taking a few moments here to lift the toes up off the floor, shifting back slightly. You feel the fronts of the muscles in your legs and your shins engage. Then shifting forward just slightly, for the toes grip into the floor, maybe even lift the heels off the floor. Shifting forward and backwards a few times. Find some balance between those two dynamics. Then again, find that space that feels like it's right in the center of your foot. So between left, right, and forward and back. Once you've found and established that, let's make a few little circles now around the ankles. Few little circles. Noticing again how those little stabilization muscles start to vibrate, shake, and kick in to keep you from tipping over. Let's switch directions, opposite direction. We're gently circling around the ankles, little soft circles around the knees. It's exploring some range of motion here. And now bend the knees, then straighten the legs. Squeeze into the muscles in the legs, squeeze into the butt, inner thighs. A few times, bending the knees, straighten the legs, stretching out the muscles around the ankles, around the knees, everything that supports the legs and standing up tall and strong. So we're starting from the ground up to establish a solid foundation. I'm turning to the side because we're moving up to the hips now. So in the hips, if you notice that you have a slight arch in your lower back, this is called an anterior pelvic tilt. What you want to do for the equal standing position is bring your pelvis to a neutral position. So imagine your pelvis as a bowl that's full of water to the top. So when it's level, that water won't spill out. But if it's arched slightly, that means it's pouring out going forward. Now, if you start to curve your tailbone and tuck your tailbone underneath you, if you curve it too far forward, it'll start to pour out the back. So you want to find that space that feels like the center. So find that center space. You can even do so by placing the hands on the hips and feeling how the pelvis levels off. Once you found that space, again, return back to the strength and the sensation in your feet and your legs. Bring the shoulders forward and up, back and down. Extend the arms down on the sides, palms face open, fingertips reach down towards the floor. Inhale, lift the chin, up towards the ceiling. Exhale, tuck the chin towards the chest. Inhale, look straight ahead, centering the neck. Exhale, lean the right ear to the right shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, lean the left ear to the left shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, turn head to the right now. Inhale, center. And as you exhale, turn the head to the left. Even back and center. So we're centered now, ideally, or finding what that feels like, or even just exploring what that feels like. Allow the eyes to gently close. Again, searching for that space that feels like center. You can stand here all day like a mountain does. Mountain just is rooted in the earth. It's called mountain pose. So imagine your arms are the two sides of the mountain, the feet, that foundation that you established, grounded and rooted in the earth. The crown of the head is the peak of the mountain. So you want to feel energy traveling up and out the crown of the head. So very soft, slight touch in. And then you want to feel energy traveling down deep into the earth, rooting you and grounding you so that you can stand the test of time like a mountain. Let's take 5 slow and controlled deep breaths here. Let yourself become more relaxed, more at ease, more poised with each breath. Inhaling slowly and deeply. Exhale with a little soft sound. Again, inhale slowly and deeply. And exhale. Still making little subtle shifts and adjustments to find your balance. 3 more. Big sigh out. 2 more. Big sigh out. And last one, big breath in. And big breath out. Bring the hands together to heart center. Again, just thanking yourself for establishing this time and space to even give the yoga practice a chance. Maybe noticing the difference, how you feel after becoming more mindfully aware of what your feet are doing. You stand all the time. How often do you give your focus and concentrated attention to just what your feet, your legs are doing, your hips, your shoulders, and your breath especially? We'll spend some time connecting breath to movement, as well as just reconnecting to the breath in general. So inhaling slowly and deeply, feel the heartbeat, breath connection. Noticing how the breath can be both consciously controlled and how when you consciously control the breath, it has an effect on everything else in your body. Your heart rate starts to slow down. If you were to check your blood pressure after doing several minutes of conscious breathing, you would find that your blood pressure would decrease. Again, you just feel an overall sense of calm and ease. In today's world, there's a lot of the opposite of calm going on and dis-ease. So this is a way that you can self-soothe and heal from the inside out, just through the breath, conscious, focused effort. The yoga practice is just you, your breath, your mind, and your mat. So it really is a strengthening and a deepening of the relationship that you have with yourself. With that in mind, let's take 3 more deep, cleansing, intimate breaths here. Inhale slowly and deeply. Exhale a long, soft breath out. 2 more. And last time. Very nice. If the eyes are closed, you can feel free to gently blink the eyes open. And march in place, walk it out just a few times if you're not used to standing still and rooted in one place for a while. You can get a little stiff around the ankles, a little tight around the feet. I will point and flex through the toes a few times. So flex, lift the toes, point a few times, upwards and downwards. Rotate the ankle a few times clockwise, counterclockwise. Shake it out. Same thing, other foot. Point and flex a few times. Find some balance. A little stretch to the ankle. Rotating clockwise and counterclockwise. Check it out. Very good. Now from here, we'll get into a little bit of breath and movement. There's 6 movements that you want to move your spine in every day in order to keep your spine healthy. So we'll start with what's called a forward fold. I'll turn sideways so you can see the mechanics of the movement. Start out with your feet hip distance apart. As you inhale, circle the arms up. Reach up, look up in between the hands. As you exhale, bend the knees, hinge at the hips, and fold forward. So we bend the knees to protect the back and the backs of the legs if they're feeling tight. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, bend the knees, hinge at the hips, folding forward. Inhale, reverse that motion upwards. Do that 3 more times, connecting the breath to the movement. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Last time, inhaling up. And exhaling down. Inhale back up to center. And exhale, hands to heart. Hold in here with hands at heart center. Then taking just a moment or two, feel any subtle shifts or differences in the body and the spine, and the back muscles, and the backs of the legs after doing a few rounds of forward fold in a flowing fashion, connecting the breath to the movement. That's forward fold. It stretches out the whole backside of the body, stretches out the backs of the legs, stretches out the whole backside of the torso. Take one more deep breath here, all the way up to the neck. And next we have what's called a back bend or chest lift. So this is more heart and chest opening. It's also stretching and strengthening the spine in the opposite direction, the forward fold. So as you inhale, extend and reach, this is called back extension. Squeeze into the butt to protect your lower back. Then as you exhale, bend the knees, bring the hands to the heart, just slightly. Inhale, squeeze, arch and lift. Exhale, bend the knees, sinking down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, sinking down. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Inhaling, hands back to heart center, standing up tall. Taking just a moment or two here to feel that energy that's flowed up from the feet through the legs. Feel how those stabilization muscles kept you from tipping over or going too far. How the glutes, the butt protected your lower back. When you engaged it, helped to give you the strength to arch and lift more. Feel how you stretched out the front side of your body, heart, chest, the shoulders, lift. Take one more deep breath here. All right. That's called forward fold and back bend, or forward flexion and back extension. Next, we have lateral flexion or side-to-side movement through the spine. On the next inhale, let's reach both arms up, stretch up tall, look up to the hands. As you exhale, lower the left arm down, reach up and out the right side. Feel your right foot pressing down to the floor, the whole right leg pressing down, the right hip shooting out to the right as the right arm reaches up and overhead. Look up to where the elbow crease or the hand is. Take one more deep breath here. Exhale. Inhale, reach up, back to center, stretch up tall. And exhale, hands to heart. Take just a moment to notice the difference between the right side and the left side. Feel the difference. Feel how you expanded breath into the right side. You stretched it out and reached a little bit further. So maybe the right side feels a little bit longer than the left side. And what you do on one side, you must do on the other. We're seeking to balance that out now. Reach the right arm down, reach the left arm up. Side bend, lateral flexion. Inhale. Exhale, sink deep. So the left hips kicking out to the left foot's pressing through the floor, left arm reaching up and overhead. Look up to the left elbow crease or the left hand. One more deep breath here. Inhale, back to center, stretch up, reach up tall. Exhale, hands to hearts. Again, take just a moment or two here. Feel the balance between the left and the right side now. Notice the subtle shift and difference. Breathe into that space. And for the last movement of the spine, it's called a twist. You're going to twist. Twists actually help to counterbalance after doing forward folds and back extensions. All right. So as you inhale, reach the arms up, stretch up tall. As you exhale, keeping your feet pointed straight ahead, just turn as far as you can to the left. Inhale, back up to center. As you exhale, squeeze and engage your abdominal muscles as you twist and turn to the right. Look over your right shoulder. Inhale, stretch up center. Do that 2 more times. Exhale, twist and turn to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist and turn to the right. Inhale, center. 1 more time, each side to the left. Inhale, center. And exhale, last time to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, hands to heart. Now feel the total integration of those 6 movements into your spine and the muscles that support the spine. Just notice how your body feels. A couple of breaths here to yourself, inhaling slowly and deeply. All right. Preparing to close up. So my personal testimony for beginning the yoga practice was I had really intense back pain due to scoliosis. Again, as always, I would recommend consulting your doctor first, see if they say yoga is safe, fun, and effective for you. And if they say, yeah, sure, go ahead, listen to your body, don't overdo it, then give the yoga practice a chance. I would start out with something beginners friendly. And here at Art of Yoga, we have classes for all shapes, sizes, levels, ages. It's yoga for everybody, in a very literal sense. We'll start out on hands and knees to close, doing one final closing exercise for the back and the spine. Now, if you feel that your knees are feeling some discomfort here on hands and knees, you can fold up your mat and create instant double cushion or grab some extra blankets for your knees. If you feel that your wrists are feeling discomfort, you can turn your hands into fists if that feels better for your wrists. We're gonna do what's called the cat and the cow stretch. So as you inhale, well, first, make sure that your hands are shoulder distance apart and your knees are hip distance apart. As you inhale, breathe in slowly and deeply into your lower back. Sink your belly towards the floor, lift the head back up. As you exhale, round your back and tuck. Sinking your chin towards your chest, and tucking and curving your lower back and tail underneath you. Do a few more rounds of cat and cow, connecting the breath to the movement. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, round. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, rounding. Last time, inhale, lift. And exhale, round. Very nice. Slowly releasing. The transition sitting. And then from sitting, this is what some people call their favorite part of the practice. It's the final resting pose, Shavasana. It's where you come to laying flat on your back. If you have back issues, you can feel uncomfortable laying flat on a hard surface. So I would recommend if you have pillows or a blanket, place it underneath your knees as you lay down or as you lie down. Or if you need any type of support for your head, please do so, whether it's a pillow or a little piece of a rolled up blanket. So the purpose of Shavasana is basically to assimilate everything that you just practiced and experienced. So assimilating all the breath, allowing yourself to repair yourself in a state of relaxation. So inhaling slowly and deeply. And exhaling, just releasing any tension, any worries, any cares. A sigh of relief. Feel those worries, cares, and tensions exiting your body. Inhale slowly and deeply. As you exhale, feel yourself becoming more present with the breath. Giving thanks for what you've done here. To appreciate yourself. Take a few more deep breaths here, in and out on your own. Aggressively relaxing any tight or tense places in the body, whether it's the hands, the feet, neck, shoulders, the face. Each exhale, feel yourself relax and release a little bit. Stay focused with the breath. You inhale, feel the breath expanding slowly and deeply in the lungs. Imagine the two lungs like two balloons filling with air as you breathe in. And as you exhale, a long, soft. Beginning now to bring your awareness back to the sound of my voice. Inhaling slowly and deeply. And to gently move the fingers and the toes. Squeeze and release the hands. Curl and uncurl fingers and the toes. The wrists, pointing and flexing upwards and downwards. Rotating the ankles a few times clockwise, like waking up for a good nap. Counterclockwise. On the next inhale, extend and reach the arms up overhead, like that good morning stretch. Exhale, release with a little sound. Very slowly, very mindfully. Take your time as you roll over onto your right side. Take just a moment or two here to settle into the body. Hug yourself, love yourself, appreciate yourself. Again, thank yourself for coming to the mat for a yoga practice, or even just opening your mind to the benefits of what a yoga practice can do for you. Take one more deep breath here. Now, very slowly, very mindfully, using your left hand and your right arm, slowly press you up. No rush. Pressing yourselves up to a comfortable seated position. Sitting up tall. And taking a moment or two here just to notice subtle shift and difference between how you feel now compared to how you felt at the beginning of the practice. Make a mental note of that difference. And if it feels better, it's okay if you want to smile. Smile sends many happy signals to every cell in your body, to all the different places in your body. It's also its own reward, how good you feel. I'd like to thank you all again for sharing the practice with me. Close with a greeting, a farewell, the word namaste. It means that the life energy in me bows and supports, loves, honors the life energy that's in you, soul, the spirit, whatever you want to call it. So I'd like to thank you all again for joining. Namaste. Thank you, Sandra, for having me.